regardless of, who is in charge. This morning, this rising, this doesn't change my plans. This doesn't change my plans. If anything, it lights more of a fire under my ass. If anything, it lit more of a fire under my ass. Because I know who I am, and I know what I know, and I know what I stand for, and I know that whatever's done in the darkness will always come to light. I don't have to worry about those things. I just need to keep living in my light. I need to make sure that I have integrity. I need to make sure that I can look in the mirror and feel good about the decisions that I'm making. I need to make sure that my decisions are still inclusive because I care about everyone and not just a certain population of people. I'm going to stay true. I'm still going to help everyone. I'm still going to lend a hand to my neighbor no matter what they look like. I'm still going to vote in favor of everyone. I'm still going to be the good person that I am, regardless of who I'm seeing around me more and more. The pain in this country is clear. Very, very clear. So, I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing because I know I'm already gearing up for a massive awakening when people really see the truth. And so I'm gearing up. I'm gearing up to be open arms, because we all have our moment. We all have our moment when we wake up, and we all have to sit there and sit in the feelings of our decisions and the consequences and all the things. So, yeah. More than ever now, you better have your own mind. More than ever now, you better know what you stand for and what you believe in, and stop walking around being scared to speak your truth because you don't know. I think for me personally, I believe that there's such a bigger narrative, I feel like whoever's you see on stage is not the person, right? We know that there's bigger fish, right? What I guess hurts me is what we know about certain people, what we know about this person. And when you have people that claim to love you and rock with you, they could say, yeah, I do. But this policy right here, this means more to me than your inclusion. And I think that's where a lot of people are upset right now when that's where the division comes from. It's not that we just want to divide. It's the fact that we are rewarding someone who has been responsible for so much division. It's just the values. It's the morals. It's not about the policies. It's not about the policies. Yeah. So I'm excited for these taxes and all the things that were promised. I'm excited to see it. I really do. I'm not sitting here wishing anything. I want it to be great. This is where I live. I mean, clearly, I want it to be amazing. Okay, so we will just hope for the best. We'll hope for the best, and I hope that we see more unity. I don't know how we will, but I hope that we see more unity, and I'm going to be a reason for that. I'm going to be a reason that we have more unity despite what our public figures are putting out. I'm going to still try to bridge the gap between, this war on race that will never end. Okay? We just all need healing. We all need healing. So much healing. So much healing. This is what we need. And so I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. That is all I know. This is all. I don't know what else to do. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. And also, I still want to be friendly with people. I'm not going to go through, I can still say hi, but I'm definitely going to be a little more, more like, okay, of who I really keep around me, for sure. We are allowed to have different beliefs. We are allowed to disagree, and I'm also allowed to not want to deal with certain people very closely anymore too. I'm allowed to do that too, right? There's nothing wrong with that. I don't have to cuss you out. I don't have to call you names. I don't have to put you down. I can just go over here. And that's okay too. So don't let anybody make you feel bad if you are feeling some type of way, because this is serious stuff. You know, it's not just about the policies. It's about sexual abuse. It's about a lot of other things than just the policies. And it's hurtful. It is. It's hurtful. But you have to experience it. Some people really have to experience it firsthand to understand. Some people do not have the empathy or the intuition or the awareness or the capability to really understand someone else's experiences without actually living it themselves. And so this is where the empaths come in, and we are able to, get so much done, because I don't have to be a Latino to know how much Latinos struggle with their identity. I don't have to be a Latina to know how much pain is in the culture, clearly. First of all, I've lived it. We carry the same similar wounds, but it's obvious. I don't have to, I can just look in my own community, the pain. I can look at my own men in my own community, the pain. The mental health is at an all-time low. Or is it at an all-time high? I don't know. The duality, I guess, will always exist. All I know is that you better start standing for something. Better start standing for something. Yeah. I don't know, you know? Yeah, I don't know. It's just, but I think this is the fire that a lot of people are going to need. I think that we are going to see some really wild things, but this is why I've been telling you guys to really wake up and step in. Those of you that have been following me for a very long time, I'm like, yo, you have to gear up. You have to gear up. You have to start really building something for yourself. You really got to be a key player by having some capital. I'm telling you, you think corporate America is crazy right now. There's just a lot of things that a lot of people have to prepare for. And, that's what I'm doing. That's what I've been doing. Hey, Jamie, it's time. It is time to stop sleeping on yourself and stop playing. Better be really thinking about these next few years and what you're going to do and money if you're stressed out now. Like, I know a lot of you guys think that all of it, not a lot of you guys, but I know a lot of people think that now all of a sudden gas and eggs and groceries, everything's going down, but that's not how it works. So, yeah. Hey, Ginger. Hey, T. So, yeah, it's time to really start planning. Planning for some things, planning for your future. Really stop playing out here like, this is a game. There's a lot of things that you probably maybe never thought you would see in your lifetime that you may see in your lifetime again. There's things that our ancestors are literally looking down right now like, what the hell? So history does repeat itself. So if that's the case, what's up next? What's next, So, all I know is that I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I have this. I know the truth. I know what I'm doing. I know why I'm here. And I know what my mission is. And I'm not going to change that or back down based on who's in office. That nothing changes with me. and what I'm here to do. I'm here serving a much bigger power. My family is sick, Jamie. My sister, it didn't go to work today. My sister, I feel like she's gonna like blow through the roof. I have not seen her this angry in a long time. And my mom is scared for her Social Security and certain things and like what she's gonna do and certain things. So yeah, they are very upset. But you know, this is the what we need to do has nothing to do with this. We need to wake up. We need to step in. We need to start making a way for ourselves. We need to stop depending on these corporations for our livelihood and our food and just all these things. We need to start being more self-sufficient. We need to start being more sustainable. We need to stop depending and being so addicted to convenience. All of it. All of it. A lot of things brewing. A lot of things brewing, you guys. How's everyone feeling? How's everyone feeling today? It feels weird, right? It feels weird like today. Yeah, I feel you, Cece. Yeah. Not shocked. Mm-mm. Yeah. Yeah. I've been thinking about taking a break from social media. Yeah, Nelly, I feel you. I feel you. Do what you need to do. Do what you need to do. I'm not going to be on here as long today. I have so much to do. I'm going out of town tomorrow. Hi, Dr. Barry. I have a lot of stuff to do before I go out of town tomorrow. I have to go get my dad. Oh, thank you, Mary. That's awesome. I'm glad you're liking it. Yeah, you guys, I have a few more books. I may have to pause the shop or close the shop since I'm going out of town because I was like, oh wait, how do I do this if I'm not going to be home? So I just realized. So I'm gonna open the shop back up after a week. The shop will be closed down. But if you want to get your stuff and you don't want to wait, you can get it. I've been letting everybody know. Okay. So no worries if it's here. It just won't be available on TikTok Shop. Nelly, thank you so much for your support. And thank you for those of you who have supported me and got the book or the journal. I really appreciate you guys supporting me in that way. And I just, please, if you have it, please leave a review on everywhere that you can. Please, please, please. It really, really does make a difference. You pause the shop. I can show you how. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Berry. I appreciate you. See, this is why we needed to catch up and talk. Oh my gosh, but life, I just feel like it's just bam, bam. I need these 7 days off. This is the first real vacation that I'm going to try to have, which I still will be doing some work though. But this is like the first real vacation like all year. I came home and I'm like, I have not taken a vacation. This has been the grind year for me. It's been me really keeping my head down and staying focused and just sacrificing these pleasures and traveling and all the things that I love doing to really get something done. And look what happened. I ended up writing 2 books in the same year, you know? So it works, it happens, but as an entrepreneur, when I don't work, I don't get paid. So this is why I'm creating the book and needing this. Oh, also, I will be starting affiliate marketing. I'll be starting affiliate marketing for the book when I get back. So those of you that are eligible to do affiliate marketing and want to earn some commission, you definitely want to be hopping on making some of the earlier videos because I just know my book is going viral. It already is. It's already going viral in the 5D. Now we're just catching up in the 3D. Okay. So super excited about that and to work with you guys. Thank you, Mary. Thank you. So you guys, Yeah, we didn't get what we want. All right. Yes, yes, yes. It's upsetting or whatever it is. But this doesn't have any power over you. You have so much power. You work for a greater power far bigger than this. Okay? And this is where I keep rooting to. The person that I answer to is far greater. Okay? And what's going to happen, what's going to happen. At the end of the day, we think that we don't get what we want, but really it's exactly what we need. And sometimes we got to hit rock bottom for people to wake up, okay? And this is why us, the lights, us, if you're in this live, you're a light, you're here, you are sent here to help raise the consciousness of the planet. So now more than ever, now that we know, okay, these next couple months as we get into the winter season and it's time for reflection and it's time for that hibernation and it's time to be really thinking about it, I need you to really sit and sit with yourself and say, how do I want to show up in 2025? How do I want to contribute? What change do I want to be? Or am I going to have another year complaining about the policies and complaining about the money and complaining about this? Or am I going to go out and make it myself? Am I going to go out and get it myself? Or am I going to continue to depend on the system that is literally meant and built? You know the rest. When are you going to wake up and stop depending on a system that is not for you? Okay? It's not about division. It's about waking up and just recognizing that you got to go a different route. That's all. It's not about division. It's about waking up and acknowledging the truth of what it is, accepting the truth of what it is, and saying, you know what? I'm not going to let this truth stop me, even though it's a little bit harder or whatever it is. What's the other way? What do I got to do? I'm worth it. This route that I'm going is the path least traveled. Becoming an entrepreneur, writing a book, putting all this stuff, doing all these things. It's much easier to clock in and clock out and have everybody else do the work and think of all the shit for you. But when you're over here when you're over here just clocking in and clocking out, you're allowing people to build systems and processes that are keeping you stuck. So this is what happens when you are not active, when you're not participating in creating your life on your terms. Someone else creates it for you. Someone else makes the decisions for you. That's what happens when you're not an active participant in creating your life and you allow yourself to just settle for whatever everyone else is doing. There's a reason why there's only a few of us that are looking around saying, what the fuck? There's a reason. And so the reason definitely isn't to continue to do what everyone's doing, even though you're saying what the fuck. That's like you're walking and everyone's just walking off the cliff together, but you're just saying, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? But you're still just walking towards the cliff. What the fuck? What is everybody doing? Why are we doing? What the fuck? And you're still just getting closer. No, get out of line. Get out of line. Rebel a little bit. Ask some questions. Don't keep going forward until you have some more solid answers. Stop listening to everyone. What do you want to do? What do you feel is right? Have your own damn mind. I don't care what the policies and the procedures say. Does it feel right putting this person? Does it feel right based on what you know, based on what you see, based on what you've heard? What does it feel like? Following everybody else's shit instead of looking within. What does this look like? What does it feel like to you? Have your own mind. Because if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. And a lot of people got duped today. So, wow. Okay. So this is just collective. I feel like I'm really just tapping into like America today. Okay. I really do. I really do feel like I'm tapping into the spirit, the energy of this country. And this is the first card that came out. Yeah, there is. Okay. There is a lot of despair. There is a lot of despair that's feeling on it. That's without a doubt. There's a lot of heaviness. There is a lot of despair that we are feeling collectively right now. Yep, that is undeniable. Okay? But in this card, you can still see that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and now we also know how long that tunnel is. Okay? And there's a lot that we have to go through, and this is definitely going to be a shadow period. It's definitely going to be a shadow period where we are going to be forced to really look at these things at a more finite, at a deeper scope, for sure. So the shadows are really going to be made apparent these next 4 years, for sure, especially next year. The things 2025, not so much, but 2026, 2027, definitely the shadow aspects of this country is going to come out. It already is. It already has been, as you can see. But this is where the lights need to remain focused. But we're going through a death. We're going to go through a huge ego death. We're going to go through a huge ego death next year, in the next 4 years. And this country has literally been built on ego. Okay? It's coming. And so I know a lot of people right now are feeling so defeated because, come on, this shouldn't happen. This shouldn't be happening. No, sometimes we got to hit rock bottom. We got to have it. Get what you want. You think this is what you want, and we'll see. Again, I'm not wishing bad, but here's what you want. Let's see what happens. Say what happens. People will see. People will see the true intentions. People will see the intentions. People will see we don't have to do anything. And I think that is exactly why he won. Is so that people will be able to see, and then they will be forced at this point to hold themselves accountable for their actions and who they chose and what it is and what they believe in and how they feel. Again, it has nothing to do with who's in charge right now, because we know there's bigger fish. It's the fact that this is what people feel. This is the fact that this is revealing what people feel about other people in this country. That's all. This is all that this election was meant for. It's not anything about the policy procedures. A crook is a crook is a crook is a crook is a crook. Whoever you see in charge is not the one that's in charge. What this was for people to wake up and say, hey, look at this person over here. Hey, but look at that over here. Love everybody. You can still walk in your light, but open your eyes. Not everyone and not everything is what it seems. That's all. That's all that this was. This person that you thought really loved you, I don't know. And it's up to you to see. It's up to you. It's subjective to the person to see if you can still coexist with people who you know voted against your very own rights. That is a very personal decision. That's a very personal decision that's subjective to each person if you're able to coexist. But a lot of people are not. And I understand that. And I don't think that anyone's a bad person. We don't have to fight. We don't have to scream. We can just simply go over here. We can just go over here and we can just continue doing the things that we need to do and just, yeah. So definitely going through a massive death, a lot of despair. Shadow aspects are coming out now. We're already seeing it. The shadow aspect, the racism, the misogyny, the sexual assault, all the things that are coming up in this country right now that are making headlines. This is all the shadow aspects that no one's wanted to look at. This is all the shadow aspects that's been hidden in. And you know why? Because the truth, your intuition, the truth, the inner child, a lot of people are waking up. It is time for the light. The duality is off. It's been off for a while. Okay? So this is why I'm like, okay, yes, this seems like it's a really bad thing. A lot of people are waking up feeling this is a bad thing. And I'm angry. We have a lot of feelings. But everything does happen for a reason. And I do trust God's plan. And just because it's not what we think that we want, it may be everything that we need in order to wake up. So yeah, we may have to endure some shit. But we've proven that we're resilient and that we can. And this is the time to get your shit in alignment, in a row, because you're going to have a lot of people that are waking up year after year. The more and more people start to see. And we need you to be in alignment, ready to receive these coaching clients, ready for you to throw these retreats, ready for you to have your healing centers, ready for you to have your book so that people can wake up and read, ready for you to have a whole thing of content, because maybe not this year, but next year, one of those videos that you did is about to pop off because a whole bunch of people are about to wake up because things are changing. And if the only person that is not changing is you, and you're sitting here and you're stagnant, that's on you. But life is changing and happening whether you get on the train or not, as you can see. So when you're sitting here doing nothing, nothing happens. So you can get left behind or you can get up and shape up. Because we're past the days of being able to complain. Oh my God, I hate this and the money and this and that. No, you got to create this. It's been proven that this 9 to 5 is not it. We've already, all the stuff, all the lies, all the things have come to the surface. So if you choose to follow your life based on these lies still, that's on you. If you choose to still know better but not do better, that's on you. This is why I created my book. This is why I'm ready. Right now, I'm like sitting with myself. I'm like, oh man, things are going a little slow. No, things are about to pop off. This is why I told you guys this whole year, 3, 2, 1, plant the seeds. Plant the seeds. Get your stuff ready because there's going to be a whole massive awakening of people that are like, what the hell did we just do? That are going to wake up. That are going to see. Are you ready to receive this abundance? Because that's what it's going to come in the form of. Because of the abundance that you're giving out, because of the ways that you're sharing your art and your knowledge and your creativity, because of the ways that you are helping the conscious collective heal, because of the ways that you are really stepping in and having the courage to speak your truth regardless of what other people think, that is deserving and worthy of the abundance that's coming to you. Okay? It's time to stand up. It's time to stop being scared, because as you can see, his supporters are not scared about what the fuck you think. You see what I'm saying? His supporters are not scared to speak their truth and stand in their fucking ground. They're not scared to talk about who they like and who they don't. They're not scared. Because we've made it openly acceptable to hate in this country. Because we have leaders that we say it's okay to talk about populations of people as garbage. And that's okay because the policies. That's okay because the policies. So if the person that I'm looking up to, the role model, denounces and calls these people garbage, and I'm in society and I've been wanting to say it and I have these feelings deeply ingrained, what is keeping me from saying it now? If the person that I'm looking up to, the person that I'm supposed to be looking to as a role model, an example, if they're saying it, then what is keeping me? Yes, I can finally be free. Yeah. Maybe America is great again for a certain population of people. They weren't lying. Policies over people, profit over people. But intuition is here, okay? And so we have to continue being in that image. We have to continue walking in our light. We have to continue to know that the duality always exists within us, but we have to choose to do what we're supposed to do. And walking in your light is walking in your truth. Walking in your light is helping other people do the same. Okay? So the exhaustion that we have been feeling, is meant to wake us up. The fact that we feel so stressed financially, the fact that the mental health is just like on thin ice in this country, the fact that everybody is diagnosed with something now and everything, it just shows the exhaustion of how this capitalism, how hard and how much we've been pushing, and how just all of this stuff is just built up. Okay. And so, yeah, we're tired. Our hearts are tired. There's a lot of people that just need to rest right now. A lot of us are being called to just go into this hibernation. This is why the fall and the winter and all this stuff is a perfect time for us to really go inward and reflect and start to make some different decisions. Okay. A lot of you guys know that you have to make some different decisions. You got to start making different decisions, and you see that like your decisions have gotten you thus far, and so like if you don't like where you're at right now, we got to start making some different decisions. You have to start being the change. A lot of the collective is waking up to their psychic awareness. A lot of the collective right now is waking up to their gifts and their psychic awareness and their ability to really tap into higher realms. And this is very on point right now for where we're at, because you need to trust your inner guidance. You have to start trusting your inner guidance. And you have to really discern what people's information, even me, that you're taking in. You have to really discern where it's coming from, what the source is, and where they're at in their journey. Where are they in their mental health before you start really living by someone's truth? This is what I'm saying. I'm not telling you what to think. I want to teach you how to think for yourself. Teaching you what to think is a form of indoctrination. You've already been told what to think. This is why you're trying to unlearn all this shit. I want to help you how to think. I want to help you discern. I want to help you turn on your intuition so that you can see who you have around you. And I'm seeing it very clearly now. And it's hurtful. It is. It's hurtful. But we can't pretend. We can't pretend. There's certain things that you can't just overlook. It's true. We got to own it. And we have to see people for who they are. I know that it's really painful, but you must see people for who they are. You got to see people for who they are, not who you want them to be. You got to stop projecting your heart and your morals and your values onto other people. Not everyone thinks like you. Not everyone feels the same way that you do about people as a whole. There are a lot of people that care more about themselves than the collective as a whole. There's a lot of people that care more about their pockets versus if I'm eating. There's a lot of people that sleep very comfortable at night knowing that millions of people do not have food in their bellies. And they know that they could make a difference in that, and they're fine with not. That is the reality. And I know a lot of people can't fathom this. But that is the duality. There's people that would literally give their last that barely have anything. Those are usually the people who give the most, the people who have nothing. Those are usually the people who give the most, the people who have nothing to give but their heart. So yeah. A lot of you guys are coming into your gifts. A lot of you guys are coming into your gifts today, and not today, but you've been coming into it, and it's time for you to start accepting it and stop gaslighting yourself that you are claircognizant. You know what people are thinking, so you know when people are lying, and that one's a really frustrating gift because you're like, yo, I know that you're lying. But you don't want them to know that you know, because you're like, I don't want them to know that I'm reading their mind, but you don't even know that you're reading their mind. You just know, and you don't know how you know. It's because it's your gift. You have claircognizance. This is why people feel uncomfortable around you, and why if you carry the gift of claircognizance, a lot of people will, or clairvoyant, claircognizant and clairvoyant, a lot of people will kind of distance themselves from you because they know that you see right through them, and that makes them very uncomfortable. They can tell by the way that you look at them. They can tell by the questions that you ask them. They can tell by the way that you behave that you see right through them, and it makes them very uncomfortable. So if you have the gift of claircognizant or clairvoyant, this could be why a lot of people have exited your life, and you're just like, damn, where's everybody? It's because you are about that life. You are about the truth. You see things, and people are very uncomfortable around you. So this is why. And you'll know a lot of times too that they'll try to smear your name, or they'll try to get ahead of it. They'll try to say something bad about you because they know that you can see them and their flaws. But they're like, yo, I'm not here to point out your flaws or make you feel bad, babe. I just see you and you're just uncomfortable. I'm not saying anything. There's so many people that I'm around where you can definitely tell their trauma, and you can see, and I'm just looking. I don't say nothing because it's not my place. I can observe something and not have to speak on it. That is actually the gift in itself. I can look at it and be like, ooh, I can tell where this person is. So yeah, I have discernment now. If this person was ever to say, hey, let's go out, or do you want to date? I would say no. And then that's when people get upset. And this is where people get upset when people come to me and I already have the energy to discernment and I feel it. And they're like, hey, take my number. I want to have your number. I want to take you out. And I just say no. And now I don't lie and say I have a partner or this and that. I just say no. Well, why? And they go through all these answers because you can't just say no to say no, right? You have to have a reason, right? Why you're rejecting them, I guess. And so when you just say no and just stand on the no, yeah, they can get like really upset and feel like really rejected. And that's where you can tell like where someone's at in their journey, you know? You're a complete stranger is making you feel less than because they're choosing not to give you their number, you know? Yeah, we have to like think about it. Like, yeah, there's a lot of work that we have to do. There's a lot of insecurities that are manifesting right now. And when you see it, you can't unsee it. And especially in people, when you've done the work to see yourself, you see it so clearly in other people. And this is where they're like, hey, have grace, have grace and have compassion for people who are still running from themselves, because there's a lot of them. And there's a lot of people who have done a little bit of work and read a few books, and they're trying to portray themselves as being way more woke than they really are. And a lot of people are very comfortable with talking about the things, but they don't actually live the life. And I see those people from a mile away. And I don't deal with those people anymore. It's uncomfortable. I'm done with talking the talk and then you're not really being in his image in real life. All right? Be in his image when the cameras are not rolling. Be in his image when you're not standing on the podium with thousands of people looking at you. Be in his image when no one is walking or watching. Be in his image when it doesn't benefit you. Be in his image when you're not getting any money. Just do it because it's the right thing to do, because that's what Jesus would do, right? But that's what's so confusing. It's the same people that are talking about be in his image that voted someone in that is not the image of the God that I worship. This is where I get confused. I don't understand. It's not about the policies and who's this and the money. It's about the integrity. Where the fuck is that? That's what I'm talking about. That's where I get lost. It's not about the policy. It's not about anything. It's just about the same people preaching in his image and this and that and rights. I just don't understand. It's just pretty wild. So New Beginnings and Victory were the last two cards that I saved, just to let you guys know that we will not be defeated. You cannot, you will not. Things will be rough and we'll go through things, but we will come out. The light, the darkness always will come to light, always. So be in the light, all right? This is the time for you to really think about some things and really contemplate. Damn, how do I want to show up? What is my legacy? Because I'm creating mine. I'm creating mine right here with this book. If you guys haven't checked it out, there's a few more. If you get it in today, whatever orders get in today, I will be able to ship out today or tomorrow. But whatever doesn't get out today, I think there's like 8 more left. I would really love to just get rid of these last 8 before I leave. So who's 8 people who need to wake up? Who's 8 people that need to get stocking stuffers? Because clearly we need to start diving into these uncomfortable truths. There's a lot of people who don't want to face their truth. They want to keep running from it. Seeking power in places that they have no business. But yeah, there's about 8 left if you guys want to dive into uncomfortable truths. The ones from here on TikTok Shop will be signed by me. And it's pretty dope. If you guys have been liking my content over the last 4 months, you're going to love the book and the journal. The journal has been sold out for like a week. It'll still be gone for another week. My apologies. But everything will be back up and running within the next 7 days, 7 to 9 to 10 days. The book and journal package are separate. I'm going to start, when I get back and start selling on TikTok Shop again, I'm going to start bundling it. I'm going to learn how to bundle. So it will be coming in a bundle once I get back. I just got to learn how to do all this. And also, you guys, since I'm doing it for myself, Audible, no, not yet, but I am working on how to convert that and getting the recordings going on next, okay? So stay tuned for the Audible. It's on Kindle, though. It's on Kindle. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, since I'm doing this all on my own, now I'm recognizing, okay, when I'm at this much capacity for my shipment, I need to order a fulfillment. And so I waited too long to order my fulfillment. Hannah, the journal sold out. It'll be back in stock on like the 15th. I know it's kind of a while, but if you want to get it right now, you can get it on here. The journal is available here. It just won't be signed. So, but you can get the book here today. There's like 8 left. It's really low. So, I'm doing everything myself. So now I learned when I get to like 40% of books left, I got to make another order because of how long it takes to get fulfillment. So I'm learning. So now I know, so I won't run out again. But it's really cool to see the demand, and it's really cool to like for you guys to be loving the journal so much that you got it already, and it's awesome. So, but just head over. You can support me there, and if you have got it, and if you've had a chance to dive into it, and you are loving what you're reading so far, and it's helping you, please, please, please leave a review. It really helps a lot more, like so much. Please leave a review and let people know so that we can get this going. All right. So the last 2 cards are New Beginning and Victory. Okay. These next 4 years. Yay. Boundaries. I love it. I can't wait to see it. These next few years, we really need to step in. We need to step in, and we need to stop playing small, and we need to go get what's ours. We need to stop waiting for someone to come in and save us and step in and save ourselves. Okay? It's time for us to wake up to the truth, and no one is coming to save you. You have to do this work. You got to heal the mindset that is stopping you from really believing in yourself. Okay? You have to believe in yourself. If what's his name can get to where he's at with everything that he has in his record and all the criminal and all the things, then you can do it too. Okay? Seriously. We need to use him as an example. Nothing can stop you. Not even a criminal record. Not even anything. Nothing can stop you. Okay? You literally use it as an example. For real. For real. Use it as an example. All right? This is history. Okay? Oh my God. The first convicted felon to run the United States. I love it. History. History's being made. Well, it's probably not the first. Just the first that we openly knew about. You know? Not the first. The first that we openly elected. But not the first to be in office. That's for sure. And if they're not convicted, they're just felons. You know what I'm saying? They may not be convicted, but they're definitely felons. They may not be convicted, but they're definitely felons in our judicial system, for sure. You know, they're pro-life until their mistress shows up pregnant. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? They're pro-life until the mistress shows up pregnant. Then, bend the rules. You know? Bend the rules, because it benefits me. You know? Mm-hmm. Wild times. Wild times. But anywho, guys, I'm going to pull like 2 more cards, and then I'm going to hop off, get my dad situated, go finish these errands, and just get my life together. I need these 7 days off. This came at a perfect time. Spirit knew the timing of all this. And I'm going to Colorado. So, I'm going to Colorado and then LA. So that's going to be a nice, okay, I'm going to Colorado, LA. I'm going to go partake. I know I said I was taking a break. Your girl I need a little break. Okay, I need to take the edge off. So I'm about to go to LA since we can't do it in Florida still, you know, since we can't do it in Florida still. I got to go to LA, you know, and just enjoy myself since Florida said it's still, they don't want their kids to smell it on the beach, but they can see you drunk as fuck every single day. Oh, sorry. I forgot, you know. They don't want to smell. They can't smell this. This is too much. Our children don't need to see this, but they can see us wasted every single weekend. Give me a damn break, bro. Alcohol has killed more people than cannabis ever will. Stop. Dismiss me with that. Alcohol has killed more people than cannabis ever will. Stop it. Like, ay, bro. But also too, for my women, for my childbearing, you better really start to level up with who you lay up with. You better really start to be more choosy. You better really start to be more selective. You better really stop feeling bad and feeling like you need to jump through hoops for some of these people. So I'm trying to tell you now, you better really start to take your power back in different ways and stop letting everybody lay up that's not willing to really step up. Yeah, you better, if you gonna lay up, you gotta step up. Hey, if you gonna lay up, you gotta step up. Now, I gotta make sure you can step up. You can't lay up until I know that you can step up. That should be the rule, and it should have been the rule all along. I can't lay up with you until I know that you're gonna step up in case whatever happens, because we know what we're doing right now. We know that what we're doing can create life, so I can't lay up unless you can step up, because you're not gonna have me out here and then you're out here just doing it because it's benefiting you. The system's benefiting you. You're not going to have me out here crushing my dream while you're out here. No, this is not what we're going to continue. So it's up to us to start taking our power back. They're right. They're right with all the podcasts. Well, you don't know how to pick it. You don't know. Okay, they're right. They're right. You do need to start being more selective. You do need to start giving your energy to people that you know ain't shit. You do need to stop. You do. They're right. Those men and those podcasts are absolutely right. They are. It is on you. It is on you to say no. It is on you to stop entertaining. Because you see now. It's on you to open your eyes and look at who you got around you. And be more selective on who you really do want to lay up with. Are they protecting you, or are they, I don't know. Are they really protecting you? It's time for us to wake up. For real. Stop. Decenter and stop. Stop doing everything for the gaze and the validation. Have your own damn mind. Have your own standards. Level up. Stop doing everything for them. Do it for your damn self. Stop waiting until someone comes in to do what you need to do. Build your own empire and legacy and attract someone who wants to add to that. Stop waiting to build until you have this arbitrary person. Be the person right now and stop waiting. We need to stop attracting people in a low ass vibration. We need to raise our vibration so that we can actually recognize the people that are for us. You're in a desperate low energy, then you're attracting low, desperate ass energy. You're in an insecure energy and you're attracting insecure ass energy. Except they don't get stuck with the repercussions. You do. It's time. It's time to make people prove that they are actually worth laying up next to. You need to raise your standards, and you need to stop being so easy to give your energy away, and not just sexually, in all ways. Financially, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. Stop giving your energy away. Raise your standards. Stop doing a backflip just because someone calls you back or opens a door. Stop praising someone just because they text you in a timely manner. Stop getting excited because someone paid for a meal. Stop feeling obligated to pay for that meal with your body. Stop with the transactional bullshit. It won't be transactional if you don't participate in the transaction. Raise your standards. It's not them, it's you. It's not them, it's you. You tolerate the bullshit. You put up with the bullshit. You give them 20 chances. You look the other way. Because you don't see the value in yourself. You see more value in them, and it shows. Because you're building their businesses. You're hyping them up. You're coaching them all night. And you're doing it for some damn attention instead of giving the fucking attention to yourself. Doing it so you can have someone to text because you're not lonely. Instead of turning that loneliness into purpose. The loneliness is boredom, and you're bored because you're not aligned with what you're supposed to be doing. The partners that you keep chasing are a distraction from yourself, and you know it. It's a distraction from your own potential. This is why you fall in love with everyone else's. Because you are so distracted from your own, because you don't believe in your own ability, or you don't think that you can do it by yourself. But you're not meant to do it by yourself. You may not meant to be doing it with a man right next to you, but you're not doing it by yourself. You have other people, but you can't see because your whole sense of self and your whole sense of worth has been built on having someone next to you that a lot of times doesn't even give a damn about your safety. So it is time for you to raise your standards. It's time for you to wake up. And it's time for you to not be so easily manipulated by what people are saying. It's time for you to actually open your eyes and say, how does it fucking feel to live right now? How does it feel? Because that's what we need to be looking at. How do I feel waking up every single day on this fucking earth? A lot of us don't feel good. So what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? We know what you don't like. We know what you don't want. If you don't step in, if you don't speak your truth, if you don't do what you know you came here to do, you're part of the problem. Because you know you are meant here to live authentically, to show people that it's possible, that we don't all have to be doing the same shit, being controlled. That we don't all want the same things, and happiness and success is subjective. It was never objective, ever. And we're seeing that now. What makes me happy doesn't make you happy. What makes you happy doesn't make them happy. What makes them happy doesn't make them happy. And it doesn't have to. But if we all are in alignment doing what makes each other happy, then things would flow a lot better. So it's time. Stop complaining and get to work. What are you going to create for yourself? What is your legacy? Especially those of you who have children. I have nieces. What am I leaving for them? What shape am I leaving this world in? What legacy am I leaving for them to know that I fought? I will be an ancestor one day. And I'd rather speak up and piss some people off. And I'd rather speak up and lose friends. And I'd rather speak up and have some of my family members not talk to me than not speak about what I believe in and what is true to me. Because if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Because you don't have no fucking stance. Because you don't have your own mind. Because you're trying to go with the majority. No, the people that make a name for themselves in this world are the people that are brave enough to step out. And a lot of us have had a lot to say behind closed doors. But when are we going to start speaking up? When are you going to care less about what people think about you and care more about what you think of you? Because I know a lot of you do not like the fact that you feel too scared to stand in your truth. I know a lot of you are frustrated with the fact that you feel too scared to actually stand on business in what you believe in. I know a lot of you are so frustrated with the fact that you have so much fear stopping you from doing what the hell you knew. It's so much bigger than just coming here and chasing people and all the little minuscule stuff, the distractions that they that we get sucked into when we're on this planet. There is so much more. Humans have so much potential. You can see what humans are able to achieve and create on this planet if you are focused and you step in and you have that mission and you have that drive. You see what change and what things are able to manifest. But the problem is that you don't think that you can be one of those people. Even though you've always had a deep inner knowing since you were a little child that you were meant to be seen, that you were meant to do something great, that you were meant to be in the limelight. You've known it. You've known it for a long time that you were meant to be seen by a lot of people, that you were meant to be an influencer before it was called influencing. You've always had people gravitate towards you naturally. You've always been that leader. You know it. But now the fears and all these things, it's like blackmail. You're blackmailing yourself. You're so scared of people finding out who you truly are that you literally blackmail yourself into doing nothing. Well, how am I going to call them out because I'm not willing to talk about my stuff? Well, why aren't you willing to talk about it? Yeah, you're right. Of course, you are going to feel like an imposter if you haven't dealt with your own shit. That's why you feel like an imposter. You don't feel like an imposter because you're not capable. You don't feel like an imposter because you're not ready. You don't feel like an imposter because you're not smart. You feel like an imposter because you're not living the way you know you're supposed to be living. That is why. Because the very thing that you want to teach, you are not doing. So that's why you feel like an imposter. Because you know better, but you're not doing better. And that is a conscious decision that you're making now because you're no longer asleep. When you choose to stay in that toxic ass relationship, you're making a conscious choice now. When you choose to stay at that job and not form a plan, you're making a conscious decision to do that. So don't say what is going on. You know what's going on. You're playing dumb because it's easier than taking accountability that you are contributing to your suffering at this point. It is not mom and dad anymore. It is you. You are the perpetual victim, so you will always be stuck. Because if it's always someone else's fault on why you're not where you want to be, you will never be where you want to be because humans will always let you down. Humans will always not show up. Humans will drop the ball. But the person that you need to bet on is you, not to drop the ball anymore. And that's the one person that you actually can control. You can't control your partner. You can't control your ex. You can't control your parents. It's not all your fault. You just got to wake up to the fact that you've been conditioned to think this way. It's no one's fault. You can't know what you don't know, but now you know. So it's no one's fault, but now you know. If this was your first time in my life today and something woke up, now you know. So now you know. You can't unsee it. So what do we do with this knowledge? How does it become powerful if we don't actually integrate it into our life? How does it become powerful if we don't actually share it with others? It means nothing if you have this knowledge and do nothing with it. This is why you're not where you want to be, is because you do not believe that you deserve to be there. Or you don't believe that you can actually create what it is. You don't believe. Because if you did, if you actually believed that you could accomplish the things that you want, if you actually believed that you could live the life that you fantasize about, you wouldn't be spending time doing something that's not that. You would say, okay, I need this job because I got to participate in this Matrix 3D shit, so I got to have this job. But I'm not going to sit here and complain and use all this energy to complain, crying everybody day. This is a means to an end. I need this money to pay my bills, but every single moment of free time I have, I'm going to be working on this plan because what else? Yes, it sucks right now. Yeah, I would like to have more time with my friends and family, but I have to grind right now for myself for once to create this life that I want for my children in the future. So that we can stop this cycle of always having to get our asses handed to us financially. This is not my norm anymore. And I hope that you stop claiming this energy. This broke, struggle, hustle mentality, I'm not worth it, disempowered bullshit is not my energy. I am deserving, I am worthy, I am capable. I am smart. I am intelligent. I am all of the things. I am love. What I am doing is valuable. And I am deserving of my book to go viral. I'm deserving to make millions. You know why? Because I'm actually going to give back. It is time for people who actually value people to have the profits. I'm calling that in for myself. I don't know about y'all. I'm deserving of the millions of dollars that come to me because it is time for someone who actually cares about people to have the profits. I'm calling that in for myself. I don't care who doesn't agree. It's personal. My mission. I don't need anyone to get on board. I don't need anyone to believe me. I don't need anyone to do anything. I know why I'm here. I need you to be this solid in why you're here. I need you to be this confident in what you're here to do. I need you to speak about what you are here to do just like this. Assertive, direct, with integrity. Who are you? Who do you serve? This anger that some of you feels needs to be the damn catalyst. This anger that some of you are feeling right now needs to be the catalyst. I'm angry, but I'm not going to do nothing. I'm angry, but I'm not going to change. I'm angry, but this is how it is. Okay, if that's your truth, then that's what it will always be. But that's not what I'm claiming. That's not my truth. And this is not what I'm settling for. And I'm going to continue to share the tools of how I got here. And I hope that you actually use them. I can share as much as I possibly can. But if you don't actually pick up the tool and use them and actually say, hey, you know what? I resonate. I see what she's doing. Let me actually do some of these things. Let me actually try this meditation. Let me actually stick to some shit. Let me actually be consistent. Let me actually start eating healthy. Let me start doing these things. Instead of depending on a system that we have very much become aware that is not in our best interest. Starting with the food supply. We can start there. So are you going to keep eating the food? Or are you going to start learning how to grow your own fucking shit? Are you just going to settle that we have to just always do this? Or are we going to start developing these plans and getting together and building this capital and getting land so we can take our power back? Are we just going to say, I guess, we know that they're poisoning us, but we don't have nothing else? No, yes, we can. Do you know who we come from? Do you know what your ancestors did? It's making me emotional because I feel like we've forgotten. I feel like we've forgotten the history. Well, of course we forget it because they're making sure that we forget it because they don't teach it. So yeah, it's easy to forget history when you don't teach it. If you're not stepping in and you're not living in your truth, you're part of the problem. If you're not using your voice to educate people, if you're not using your voice to wake people up, what makes you any different? This is why you feel the pull to get in the spotlight. This is why you feel the pull to start sharing your journey. This is why you feel the pull to set up that YouTube, to set up that whatever it is that you need to, that you feel the pull. But you're letting your fear of abandonment and you're letting your fear of rejection allow you to abandon and reject yourself. Okay? So it's time. It's time for you to stop abandoning yourself to not be abandoned by others. Any person that makes you feel like they're not going to be in your life when you're true to yourself doesn't need to be in your life. Anybody that makes you feel like you have to reject certain aspects of yourself or they're going to reject you doesn't need to be in your life. You're over here staying quiet, staying small, trying to appease people that don't even want you to be in your light. Trying to appease people that don't want to see you shine. And so that fear of abandonment is keeping you small. But when you stop abandoning yourself, you no longer feel abandonment from others. I'm trying to tell you, when you stop abandoning yourself, you no longer give a damn about the abandonment of others. When you stop rejecting yourself, you don't care about the rejection of others. Just because you didn't choose me for this job doesn't mean that I'm not worthy of the job, doesn't mean that I'm not capable. You just don't see that. I don't reject myself because you didn't give me the job. I don't see rejection as something that makes me feel less than. You're giving that meaning to that. And so you're living your life in that meaning because you're choosing to give rejection that meaning. You're choosing to give abandonment that meaning. You're choosing to give other people your power when you're walking around asking people if you're good enough. Please tell me I'm good enough by staying with me. Please tell me I'm good enough by being my friend. Please tell me I'm good enough by this and that. Instead of deciding that for yourself. And when they don't decide that that you're good enough, and when they decide to walk away from you, now you don't know who you are and your life is up in shambles because you put your whole sense of self and your whole sense of worth in the palm of your partner's hands. And now that they're gone, you're so resentful, but the person that you really resent is yourself. Because you completely lost yourself in these relationships in order to be seen instead of recognizing that you could see yourself anytime you chose. You care more about someone else's approval than your own. You give more value to your partner choosing you than you choosing yourself. Because you were never chosen in childhood and you just want to be chosen by someone. So, all right, you guys. This is my time. I have a lot to do before I go out of town. I have to go help my dad. He's going to rehab. I got to finish packing. I still got to get stuff. I have a lot to do today. So I am grateful for you joining. Thank you for joining this live. Don't forget, there is a few more copies. If you want the book, go ahead and order it now. Put in your copy. Let me read a couple inserts for those of you that haven't seen it. Uncomfortable Truths, a book for breakthroughs. This is the awareness that you need. Let me go ahead and put it in here real quick. This is the awareness that you need to wake up. Okay. So if you're recognizing, yes, we have 8 left. Let's go ahead and just get these 8 out of here. Okay. Let's just go ahead and get the 8 out of here. If you guys have been needing something, wanting something, I just pinned it. There's 8 left. Let me just go ahead and ship them out today. But this is the awareness that a lot of us have been running from. This is where a lot of us have not wanted to face our truth. And this is what this book is for. You can't unsee the things that you see in this book. You can't unread it. And that's exactly why I wrote it the way that I wrote it. And so what you'll see is there's small little captions. And someone said the other day in a review that she loved that it wasn't filled up to the brim because she has the ADHD. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support. That she appreciated that it didn't have all these words, that she was able to get to the point. You guys know I have ADHD. So, all right. So 86, I just turned to a random page so you guys can kind of get a feel. You cannot make peace with your past without being transparent about what your past was actually like. I'll read that again. You cannot make peace with your past without being transparent about what your past was actually like. So for those of you that have not wanted to sit with yourself, for those of you that have been so scared to really sit with your childhood, you can't make peace with what you haven't reconciled. What are you making peace with? Because according to you, all these years, you've been fine. According to you, all these years, you've been good. So what is it that you're making peace with? That's the awareness. So this is what this book is hopefully going to trigger some thoughts and some ideas and some questions. Okay. So, this is a good one. 87. I don't know if this is the original. This might be. Oh, this is. Okay. 87. This is one of my favorite ones. Okay. 87. This one's going to hit a few nerves. Okay. You were bullied as a child and grew up to become And wait, you were bullied as a child and grew up and became the bully. You're not a bad person. You're a hurt person who is still trying to protect themselves. But from what or whom? Ooh, I love that one. I love that one. You were bullied as a child and grew up and became the bully. You're not a bad person. You're a hurt person who is still trying to protect themselves. But from what or whom? A lot of you guys needed to hear that. A lot of you guys needed to hear that. A lot of us did grow up becoming the mean person, the bully. So I'll put it here so you can read it. Wait. You were bullied as a child and grew up and became the bully. You're not a bad person. You're a hurt person who is still trying to protect themselves. But from what or whom? Okay? This book is to wake you up. And then we have the journal so that you can go deeper. Right now, the journal is out of stock. It'll be back in stock on the 15th. I know that's kind of far out from now. I've learned my lesson, but you can get it. Okay? So here, Uncomfortable Truths, the book and the journal. Let me give you an example of some of the journal questions that you can expect here. Ooh, this is a really straight and to the point one. The limit does not exist. Okay? The limit does not exist. So the question is, think about a belief you currently live by that doesn't make you happy. Why are you still living by that belief? It's so simple. Some of the times the questions are so simple. What's a belief that you're currently living by right now that you don't like, that it's not comfortable, that doesn't serve you? What's a belief that you have about yourself, the world, society, what you're capable of? What's a belief that you don't resonate with anymore? And then why are you still living by that? So many of us just need permission that we're allowed to change. So many of us are so scared to disappoint our parents by doing something different with our own families or our own lives. That just because we have a belief that everyone in the family should be an engineer or everyone in the family should be a doctor, but you have a different belief. You want to be a musician. Are you wrong because you have a different belief that's not the majority? And if you don't feel like you're wrong, then why are you still living your life by that belief? Because you don't want to be abandoned, because you don't want to be rejected. You see what I'm saying? We just go right back to what I just said. You don't want to be abandoned by the majority. You don't want to be rejected by society. So you abandon and you reject parts of yourself. You see what I'm saying? Well, everyone says that the best career is to be a doctor, but I really want to be a guitar player, but I don't want to go against what the majority say. So I'm going to reject my love. I'm going to reject what's in my heart so that I can still stay with the majority. That's exactly what this is exactly what we do. Thank you, Jonathan. This is exactly what we do on a daily basis. If you're not living in your truth, if you're not living in your heart, if you're not doing what you know you want to do in your heart because you're worried about how other people are going to perceive you, you are doing that. You are living your life for someone else. Why? It is your human experience and you are wasting it because you are worried about what someone else's opinion of what you want to do in your heart. So this is the question. Think about a belief that you're currently live by that doesn't make you happy. Why are you still living by that belief? The next question. Change happens when you're ready. Okay? Change happens when you're ready. So the way that I did this journal is I wanted to create a lot of mantras and affirmations on top. So that way these subliminals really just stick in. As you're working through this workbook, I want the subliminals to really stick. I want you to keep seeing that word. Change happens when you're ready. Change happens when you're ready. Change happens when you're ready. So then all of a sudden one day it clicks and you're like, I'm ready. Okay? All of a sudden it clicks and you say, I'm ready. So let's see what the journal prompt is. Can you think of a time where you were hyper fixated on someone else changing their behavior to make you feel safe? Ooh. Can you think of a time where you were hyper fixated on someone else changing their behavior to make you feel safe? Describe the situation in detail. Can you think of a situation where you were hyperfixated? You know that I know. This is why this journal is very intuitive. This journal asks you questions as if I've already know. I'm asking the question because I already know. I ask rhetorical questions because I already know that you have situations where you hyperfixated on someone else's growth so that you didn't have to look at your own. I already know this. This is why the journal is so brilliant and intuitive. And I can say that about my own work because This is who I am. I know that these questions and these things are blowing your guys' mind. I see it in the comments. I have post after post after post going viral right now. And it's not because you guys like the pretty colors. It's because the shit that I'm saying is tapped in. It's because I'm tapped into the conscious collective, and I'm not scared to ask the difficult questions. I'm not scared to put it in your face, because I know what a lot of us are doing. I'm not scared to call you out. So yeah, I called you out. Can you think of a time when you were hyperfixated on someone else changing their behavior to make you feel safe? How fucking specific is that question? Seriously, how specific is that question? It's really specific because I already know that you're going to have an answer, because I know that whoever's gravitating towards this has done this. I know that whoever's gravitating towards this needs the accountability. This is why I created it, for the people who are ready to stop being the perpetual victim. The bundles will be out on the 15th, babe. It's going to be into a little bit. The bundles will be out on the 15th. I know it's a little bit. If you want to get it right now, okay? But it'll be available. Everything will be restocked before the holidays. Don't worry, because I know a lot of you guys want to get this set for your best friends. A lot of you guys are starting to make conscious friends. This is a great gift to start having a little conscious book club, the next one will be soon. We have another book club coming in December. So those of you that get the book, you will have access to the book club, where we go deep into some of these prompts, and I help you guys get to some of these conclusions, okay? So that you can start healing, because you are your worst enemy. I'm trying to tell you, okay? So, let's read another journal prompt. I'm going to make some more videos on this, because I know I haven't said a lot. Also, the journal has some coloring books. I don't care how old you are. We are not too old to color. So every 6 prompts, I gave you guys a different coloring book, as you can see here, with different mantras and affirmations. So here's one as you start getting through. Look, have grace, because I feel like snowflakes are graceful. They fall. See, I have this. And how can you join the book club? So next time it comes up, I'll be speaking about it. The link is in my bio, and then you can join that way. Here's another one. Trust the universe, and it has all these pictures. Yeah, so I really had so much fun. Growth. Look at these pictures, you guys. So you can color. And so it just kind of breaks it up, where you're just like, ooh, man, these journal prompts are been kind of rough. Dang, look at this. Focus on your potential. Can you think of a time where you fell in love with someone's potential? What did you see in this person that you failed to see in yourself? Do I do stuff for teenagers? Yeah, absolutely, if they're ready and willing. What I don't do is where I have parents that kind of like force their kids to want to do this work. I only work with teenagers that want to actually work with me. So I won't do anything that's forced. So, yep, I work with teenagers, but they have to be willing. They have to consent. So can you think of a time where you fell in love with someone's potential? What did you see in the person that you failed to see in yourself? Okay? What did you see in this person that you failed to see in yourself? Because you put that person on a pedestal, man. You put that person on a pedestal, and you saw something in them that you didn't see in yourself clearly. So these questions are very tender. These questions are to really make you look at yourself. I do these questions to validate your inner child, but also to hold you accountable on the ways that your thinking is getting you into these situations. Your behavior is because of the way that you think. That's what I'm trying to wake you up to in this journal. Yo, it's not just because you're just some robot doing this. You're not a masochist. You don't like this pain. You're addicted to it. You feel comfortable in it, because you're used to it. And I'm here to wake you up that you don't have to be used to the pain. You don't have to be used to the toxicity in relationships just because that's what you saw your parents doing. You don't have to accept cheating because your dad was a cheater. You don't have to accept this kind of stuff. You get to choose. But choosing means letting go of other people. And that's where a lot of you guys get stuck. You don't want to get uncomfortable to feel better. You're not willing to get uncomfortable for a better life. And if you're not willing to get uncomfortable for a better life, then you're going to stay complacent. And then when that complacency turns into discomfort, then you're either going to change because you get so uncomfortable you can't bear it, or you're going to become mean, spiteful, resentful, and nasty. Or you're going to just stay disempowered and just fade off into the shadows. Because what are you here for? Because humans need purpose. I'm sorry, but we can't just act like we're just here doing nothing. Humans need purpose. You could give me $5 million today and I would still show up to work, because it's not about the money. The money is the tool that I'm going to use for myself and for this to help other people, because money is what we put value in this realm. We value money in this realm. So I need money. I'm not stupid. I don't value money itself. I value the freedom that money can create for me and others. I value the resources that money can get for me and others. That's what I value. So if you told me that people were paying with coconuts, then guess what? Guess how many coconuts I'd be trying to get. If you told me that the way for people to get out of poverty is trading with coconuts, then guess what? We'd all be fucking dry. They'd be heading to the islands right now to go tear up. We already know who'd be the first one on the plane to the islands to get every single fucking coconut tree known to man. We already know who'd be the first on the fucking plane. Okay? It's just whatever we make of it. All right? So it's not about that. We need purpose. It's not just about the money. You need to be doing something that you believe in. You need to be doing something that challenges you. You need to be doing something that stimulates you. You need to do something that excites you. You need to do something that's meaningful, that gives back. You're meant to be of service. This is why it doesn't feel good. We can't just take. We have to give back. And this is what the downfall is going to happen. And this is what people are going to see in these next 4 years. You can only take for so long. And this is what people will see. And this is why everything happened exactly how it's supposed to happen. Because certain groups of people need to see and they need to feel the consequences of their actions. I'm protected. I'm protected and divinely protected and guided. I'm not worried. So is my family. I am protected. Okay? All right, y'all. I will see you guys at some point. I'll let you know. You guys know I'm leaving tomorrow, so I won't be on. I'm taking some time. I'll probably see you guys next week. But again, you can grab it. Let's get it. I think we have like 5 more. Can we get 5 more till we can just sell out and be done with it today? Let's get 5 more, please. That would be amazing. Uncomfortable Truths. Support me. We need to support each other. It's time for us to support each other, because a lot of you guys are going to be starting your small business. A lot of you guys are going to be stepping in, and you're going to need your community to support you too. Okay? So yes, I will be ordering more soon. It'll be back in stock on the 15th on TikTok Shop. But again, you guys, you can get it here. It's not ever going to come out here. All right? So you can get it right here. You don't have to wait. It's okay. That's okay. Maya, totally understand. For now, keep going on my page. Go to my playlist, Wise Words. You pretty much get a very big chunk of the book. And future books on there to help out, because again, I just want to help. I want people to help. This is why I do this. I don't do this for the money. I do it because I want to help, and because it's my duty, because it's why God put me here. I'm glad you have the podcast. I'm glad you like the podcast. All right, y'all. I'll talk to you later. Love you. Bye.